2, 3.
Kevin Sheehy had just celebrated finding out that he was going to be a father to a little girl. He was a 5-time champion boxer and amateur under-22 heavyweight boxer and defended his title in 2019 and won both national boxing championships at youth and elite level. He had his whole life ahead of him, and on a fateful night on June the 30th, his life came to an end. This is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors at Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. In 2018, the boxer was going to Belgium with his fellow Limerick boxers from the St Francis gym. He was hotly tipped to qualify for the 2024 Olympics. And his trainer said he had a bright future ahead of him and will be missed by so many people. In the research for this story, I had the opportunity to watch videos of him boxing and also interviews as well. He was a very articulate young man, and he was definitely going to go far because he was so focused on what he wanted to achieve in life.
It's going to be very hard, but at the end of it, you reap the rewards.
On July the 1st, 2019, went out to watch a Munster hurling match. They made arrangements to meet at a pub at 6:30 p.m. They spent the day together and the rest of the night. At 2 a.m, they got in a taxi to Michael Clancy's house on Hyde Road. There was a small celebration going on and 15 people were drinking and talking into the early hours in the sitting room area. Kevin's friend Mr Lysaght told the courtroom during the trial that there was 2 people in the room that spoke differently. One of them was older and one was younger. The older guy had one leg and spoke with an English accent. And he was also in his late 20s and had big shoulders. The other guy that was with him was small. And Mr Lysaght and Kevin were leaving the party when they stopped to talk to the 2 Englishmen. The witness told the jury that the bigger guy had his top off, which Kevin noticed and said, "Look at the muscles on that guy." When asked by Mr Kelly if this man was indeed a fellow with big muscles, Mr Lysaght said that he was not. "I can't remember the conversation," Lysaght said, but Kevin started to laugh and the smaller fella flicked a fag at Kevin and Kevin started laughing. The court heard that the bigger guy told the smaller guy to get the keys, and he did so. And the Central Criminal Court heard that Thomas Lysaght tried to pull his friend off the ground after the Englishman had decided to get into his car and run him down. Thomas said that he ran into the road and grabbed him, but the car had spun around and ran towards them for a second time. I said I had to let Kevin go and move away. He was dragged up the road. Kevin's friend Thomas said that he tried to divert the attention of the driver away from his cousin, but the Jeep went over him for a 3rd time before they fled the scene. In recollection of the incident just before it occurred, Mr Lysaght said that him and Kevin were just walking away. "I didn't even realise that this guy had a problem with us or that he was going to do anything, and then suddenly I heard the squeaking of tyres." He said, "I looked around but I didn't see much as it was coming so fast and I jumped out the way." Thomas said he grabbed Kevin but the Jeep came onto the curb and hit us and Kevin was taken away by the Jeep. I was stunned. The Jeep also hit Thomas's leg and he said that he rolled over to the pillar of a wall. He said that the Jeep did not slow down at any point. And he said after it turned around and came back, I took my belt off and tried to get his attention away from Kevin. Thomas Lysaght described in court that there was a lot of blood and he was also cut and he could not talk. One girl came up to him and did CPR on Kevin while he was lying in the street and she did everything she could to help. During the trial, a police officer called Shane Ryan identified Mr Jackson as the driver of the black coloured Jeep and said that he exited Hyde Road on July the 1st, 2019 at 4:28 a.m. Another witness called Derek Hanlon said that Mr Kelly was walking to his cousin's house in Hyde Road in Limerick at around 4:15 on the morning of July the 1st, 2019. Mr Hanlon went on to testify that he stopped to talk to Michael Clancy, who lived on Hyde Road, and they were both having a laugh and a joke, and Kevin Sheehy then came out of the houses on Hyde Road and joined in the conversation. The witness went on to say that the lads who were not from the local area got involved in the conversation, and he said that there was about 30 years of age and had English accents. Mr Hanlon, the witness, said that Mr Sheehy and the man with the English accent were having a few words, but it wasn't very serious. After the brief argument, Mr Hanlon said that Mr Sheehy was laughing and strolled off down the road with his cousin, and then suddenly everyone was screaming and the Jeep tried to run everybody over. The jury were told that Mr Jackson is a native of Coventry, and Logan Jackson was the man that was arrested in connection to the murder and later charged and has just been convicted. The jury heard that the prosecution's case against Logan was that he deployed the Jeep as a murder weapon and was very sure and intent on killing him. The 10 jurors took 2 hours and 30 minutes to unanimously find him guilty of murder and unanimously rejected a defence of provocation. There was a lot of cheers in the courtroom as the jury read the verdict, and a second cheer came from Kevin's family as they exited the court and they cried and hugged each other. Logan Jackson's defence was that he was scared, that he'd been hit by the boxer, and that this was self-defence. But the jury accepted the prosecution's case that Jackson had drove the Jeep into the 20-year-old over 3 times and at speed. In the closing speech, Dean Kelly, the SC, he said Jackson could have kept on driving, but he didn't. He flew into a murderous rage and came back like a Formula One driver and murdered the talented boxer. There is a lot of evidence that requires and demands a verdict of guilty. The barrister said that the defendant had attempted to lead the Garda on a merry dance by creating a tapestry of self-serving lies, and that the flavouring of the truth had been employed by him in a fundamentally dishonest way. They said that Logan basically lied throughout the whole trial. CCTV footage that was shown in court ruled out that there was an issue with the crowd, and he said that Logan was not surrounded by anybody. Logan Jackson from Coventry in England pled not guilty to murder, but guilty to the manslaughter of Mr Sheehy on July the 1st, 2019. Kevin Sheehy suffered multiple injuries and catastrophic skull fractures. It was later revealed that Logan Jackson had links to serious organised crime in the Limerick area, and it was mentioned during his trial about his prosthetic leg that he had lost when he shot himself in the foot in a shooting. And they also said that people wanted to kill him in Coventry, and he was wanted by gangs such as the P1 crew. So this story definitely makes you think about when you get angry, is this really something that's worth not only losing your freedom over, also taking somebody else's father away from them and somebody's future husband, and a brother and a son? So my condolences to the family of Kevin Sheehy, and please don't forget you can contact me at news@scarcitystudios.com for any stories, corrections or anything you're not happy with. I really appreciate you joining me today, and don't forget you can follow online as well at scarcitystudios.com on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook and TikTok. I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Peace.